meet and greet did you have? This is from...
This is from Columbus.
Oh, Columbus.
Yep. Literally after my picture went viral, my boyfriend broke up with me about a week later after arguing because he felt like Chris was too close on me. I was like, it's one of the most respectable pictures.
So respectable.
Grabbing my ankles.
Back to him and everything. That's definitely a respectable picture.
But I would trade my ex for meeting Chris Brown 100 more times. So,
Oh, that's even more respectable. You know what I'm saying?
definitely really, really right there.
All right, so Analytic Dreamz video on Spotify to see the video along with the audio, because this is completely top tier comedy. Because Chris Brown is currently on his 11/11 tour, and it includes a meet and greet additional opportunity, basically, and it costs $1,111, basically playing off of the 11/11, and this doesn't include the concert ticket. So if you pay for the concert ticket, that's already probably $300 to $600, right? I'm just giving a broad range, and then to add $1,111 on top of that, I mean, goodness gracious. At that point, you can do whatever you want in that picture. I mean, the amount of money you paying, you might as well. Nah, just play. Let me chill. So, in all actuality, I'm not mad at the people who pay money getting the money's worth, right? But there's this word called repercussions, right? And basically, there's this other phrase that's labeled cause and effect. There's a cause and then there's an effect. So, you taking a picture with Chris Brown like this, and you have a boyfriend. The effect may be your boyfriend could leave. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. It's basically, you know what you're doing. You're paying all this money for another man. You're paying all this money for another man's attention for like 10 to 15 seconds. And then guess what? Your man leaves. Your actual man leaves. And guess what? You probably don't even care in the first place. Because if your significant other is paying this much money to meet a famous celebrity, to take a salacious picture with them, then there's things to address at the foundation. I'm no financial advisor, but $1,400 to $1,800 to go to a concert and meet your favorite musician, I would say is pretty outlandish. But if you got it, right? Because I'm assuming these people got it. If you got it, then you could possibly say that it's in their budget. And that is the only way I would say it's excusable, is if both of you are six-figure people, whereas $1,400 to $1,800 is nothing, right? So that's the only way I would excuse a picture like this. Like if the girlfriend's making a good amount of money, if the boyfriend's making a good six figures, right? I would say maybe the boyfriend should be like, it's just Chris Brown. But where I come into play as far as having a problem with it is the financial capacity of most of these people should not include $1,400 to $1,800 for a 10-second meetup with Chris Brown, even though it's a picture included, right? But there's other perks that come along with it as far as the meet and greet. That comes with signed merchandise and other benefits. And that's why I'm just giving my personal sentiments on people who don't have it, trying to pay this exorbitant amount to meet their favorite person. Because obviously, I would be hard pressed if it's actually in your budget for majority of people. So anyways, these are some of the other pictures from the meet and greet. As you can tell, I feel like they're picking out the most salacious ones and showing them to the public because this is probably what they asked for, right? She probably is like, Chris Brown, I want you to do this for the picture. And he does it, and then they take the picture, right? Because you're paying $1,100. Like, at this point, it's like, I'm going to do whatever because you're paying this amount. And somebody could say it's a lot, but what I would say is it's Chris Brown. Not one of, the most talented person I've ever seen in life, right? So I'm surprised he's only charging that much. I think he could charge a lot more. But the thing about it is he wants to play off of the 11/11 as far as the album, the tour, things of that nature. So there was another thing that I'm going to get to in a second. And the main thing I want to say is these are consensual. They asked for this. It's not something that he's just like, oh, you fine, let me do this to you. You know what I'm saying? They asking for it, and he's obliging because they paid the price, right? And there's probably some type of clause or whatever they have to sign. And even if not, I would probably assume they had to sign something, because you never want them to turn around and be like, oh, he did this to me when you asked for it, right? Because in today's age, you got to be careful with that, and definitely got to get consent. So Chris Brown came out and defended these actions, basically saying, let me see, Analytic Dreamz video on Spotify. See the video along with the audio, because I'm basically showing the actual response right here. So basically, Chris Brown came out and gave a statement saying, when artists do concerts, they all have something called a VIP package. I haven't done meet and greets in over 7 years. I have the coolest fans on the planet. I appreciate the expletive out of them. These are memories that will last with them forever. Unlike most of these lame artists, and I think this particular statement is very, very important to note. Unlike these lame artists that won't even make eye contact with the people who made it possible to even have a career. I only exist because of these fans saw something in me I never thought was possible. So I'm going to go all out for my fans. And I think that's a great sentiment, because no matter if you think charging already paid fans, like, because the meet and greet is for people who already paid to come to the concert, so you're paying double. So you're charging fans again. And what I personally think is, no matter the price point, meeting Chris Brown is a privilege because of his status in the music industry. So many different gems and stories that can be told from one man, that is Chris Brown. So meeting your favorite musician is something that I think is very important to a fan of his. And most other fans, like, imagine having a meet and greet with a Nicki Minaj or a Drake, people on that stature, because that's what Chris Brown is. He's up there in the 1% of the 1%. Like Bernie Sanders said, like the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. That's what Chris Brown is. So you're getting to meet this person, this individual, for $1,111, basically $1,100. So I think it's a great opportunity and a testament to his humbleness when it comes to taking the time out to meet with his fans. Because I don't think y'all realize how much 6 figures at least. Well, no, at the bare minimum, high 6 figures for Chris Brown to perform, right? So in all actuality, you could add it up and be like, oh, but he's making this much from the meet and greets. Like, it's still Chris Brown. It's not like he's broke. He doesn't even have to do it at all. And for him to do it, it's definitely a privilege for his fans. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so that's how I feel about the situation. So of course, there's mixed reactions. A lot of people are criticizing the intimate nature of the photos, even though they're asking for it, and that's why Chris Brown had to come out with this statement, basically stating that he's making his fans happy. It's not like they're just upset, with the service they're getting. Actually, it's the opposite. People are getting in trouble because they're having too much enjoyment out of these meet and greets with Chris Brown. I mean, just think of if it wasn't like a meet and greet, like if it was just normal. If it was just like a normal scenario where you saw Chris Brown, I guess I don't know, man. It's a lot of different scenarios to where a significant other could get upset because of these intimate pictures. And one of the biggest things that came out about this tour is there was a woman who basically did one of the intimate poses that I'm about to show. Once again, Analytic Dreamz on video to see the video along with the audio. So Chris Brown was with a certain fan, and she asked to be picked up for the picture. I don't think this would have gained any traction if she wasn't an attractive person, right? But with that being a fact, and with her, well, also her soon-to-be husband did come out, so it probably wouldn't have gained any traction if he didn't come out. But basically, this is one step up from the beginning video I played of the girl losing her boyfriend, which she didn't seem too mad about, but losing her boyfriend because of the meet and greet. They was actually in this scenario, they were actually engaged, and basically he said he called off the engagement because guess what? He said that was his soon-to-be fiance. He said he was heartbroken, devastated, embarrassed, and to quote my man Stephen A. Smith, he said he was bamboozled. Once I seen this photo and seen how viral it's gotten with the insensitive supportive comments, how dare y'all be supportive? I ended the engagement immediately. And this is the full sentiment. This man said, "This was my soon-to-be fiance. This photo has gone viral. This was her birthday present. In my head, I was convinced that a meet and greet means shaking hands and getting a signed autograph, black and white picture, or a CD." And then he goes on to say, "I am heartbroken, devastated, embarrassed, and bamboozled. Once I seen this photo and seen how viral it's gotten with the insensitive, supporting comments, I ended the engagement immediately. Going to the gym and start my life with Jesus." What Jesus got to do with this? Anyways, until a new path is developed with the Lord's guidance. Always got to put it on the Lord, right? Like, hey, maybe the Lord helped to get that. No, let me chill. Hey, maybe the Lord helped to flip the meet and greet. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? Hey, it's all right, man. All people go through it. Sad, I guess if it has to be you, I mean, you was just one of the random casualties of war. So obviously you can tell is this picture, she's not too upset with this picture that she took with Chris Brown, and she's definitely enjoying that picture. Let's just say that. And in all actuality, I have the same sentiments. If well, actually in this scenario, it's on him. I mean, if this was her birthday present, I mean, goodness. I mean, you thought it was one thing. If you're not gonna do your research, then that's on you, my buddy. Like, you bought her this for her birthday, and mad that she's enjoying your present. Like, at that point, like, that's your fault. So in this scenario, I'm blaming the what did I say? The husband, soon-to-be husband, because for wives it's like fiance. For husband, I forget what it is. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's your fault, man. You paid for it. You didn't do your due diligence for something you paid for, and was mad that she enjoyed it thoroughly. So, just be happy that she didn't turn out like Party Next Door's ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole scenario, I was gonna cover it, but I'm gonna spare Party Next Door, maybe next time. But let's just say, as far as slapping the ethnicity out of you, Party Next Door better be careful, because Chris Brown is really about that life. If there was one thing that the Weakest Link diss towards Quavo taught me is that Chris Brown is indeed willing to take it to any lengths. So, anyways, yeah, man, that's basically it. Chris Brown's meet and greet sometimes gets flipped for certain fans. You know what I mean? Depending on how you look. Because there was one fan that hold on, let me see if I can find this. There was one fan that Chris Brown basically followed after. Chris Brown follows fan. I don't know if I can find it. Follows fan. It was a fan that took a picture with him, and then he started to follow like the Instagram, all type of stuff. Cause you know he definitely has a type, and that's why I was trying to bring it up. Cause she definitely looks like a certain someone. And let's see, Chris Brown fan meet and greet. I know what the specific person looks like. That's why I'm trying to bring it up. Is it this person? Nope. It's not her. Let me see. Yeah, I can't find it. It's alright though. Maybe next time. Because it just showcased that this man definitely has a type. Yeah, I can't find it. It's alright. You know, just know that Chris Brown, you're doing the Lord's work, man. I feel like this is only affecting relationships that was already on rocky grounds, right? It was already on thin ice. And you basically just showcase that they indeed should probably see other people. So with that being said, click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about Chris Brown just doing the Lord's work and giving the fans what they wanted? And how do you feel about these certain scenarios that we covered as far as these lovers, quote unquote, breaking up because of the meet and greet?